Hey, I'm latesharashae. Welcome back to my channel. I first ask that you like and subscribe and hit the notification button to receive all the latest updates on any videos that I upload in the near future. So let's talk about Married to Medicine, Season 11, Reunion, Part 1. Uh, the reunion starts off. Andy is greeting all of the ladies, right? And poor sweet tea. Just as awkward as she always is. She said something like, yeah, I'm just going to ploy around the set because it's like a garden. I mean, she is just so out of place, so awkward, had no guidance coming into this situation, but I digress. Immediately they get into addressing why Phaedra is not there. And they proceeded to send a message from Phaedra personally. So Phaedra is calling all of the girls trash and they are mean girls. And while I try to validate everybody's feelings, Phaedra is not wrong for having those feelings. They did try to use Phaedra to come to the world with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They tried to exploit Phaedra in so many words. Exploit her for views, I think. And Phaedra wasn't giving them anything that they wanted. They tried to bring Apollo, to bring his wife. And then they keep saying, well, she knew Apollo was coming, so she tried to bring Shaq. Well, you're damn right. If I was Phaedra, I could bring who the fuck I want to bring, to the trip. She is divorced. That man is remarried. What is the problem? What is the absolute problem here? So I agree with Phaedra there. However, Phaedra, come on now. I know you, out of all people, not talking about Mean Girls activity, considering what you did to Candy on a previous season. I think that they went tit and you were not ready to go tat. And you cowardly walked and stepped away from the show without having to address any of these ladies, which is typical of Phaedra behavior. This is not anything new for Phaedra, to me, my opinion. She does it all the time. She did the same thing on the reunion when she said that Candy had a sex dungeon and wanted to take Portia for all her cookies. So yeah, she didn't even address it then. She just kept saying she was sorry to Portia. Anyway, uh, they announced Apollo's divorce from Shireen. Is anybody shocked? I'm not. Is anybody shocked? I'll wait. The birds in my background seem to be shocked. Um, so Quad then says they're not surprised about Shireen and Apollo's divorce because the men don't change. They just replace the wife and they show up as the same exact person. Which was truly a dagger at Sweet Tea. Um, that's exactly what has happened here. And not to say that people can't change, but Dr. Greg showed exactly who he was with Quad with his new wife. And whether Quad egged him on to get that rise and reaction out of him, job well done. So if that's what she came to do, she aced the test. Um, Dr. Simone mocking Phaedra, terrible. F minus. F minus. She didn't do a good job. And who made Simone think that she was humorous in imitating people? She is not. Simone is loud. And honestly, for me, she would not be missed if they decided to let her go. She just loud for no reason and always damn mad. She always mad. They proceeded to talk about Quad's position with the group last year. And it's kind of a 180. She came back completely different. And if I'm being honest, this is the Quad that I have wanted to see since season 1. I feel like season 1, when she came as Mariah's best friend, they were fun. It was fresh. They had their own lingo. They had like Miss Quad, she got it. I mean, they would finish each other's sentences. So that was when I liked Quad. I think that the feud with Mariah and then her falling out with the group really affected her. Then, she had all the things happening with her marriage. She said that Dr. Greg and her had altercations. Um, the group proceeded to bring him back on and welcome him with open arms with his new wife. So, of course, I can see how that can take a lot out of Quad. But needless to say, I love this Quad. And I'm not a huge Quad fan being from Memphis, Tennessee, but I have learned to understand Quad. And so with that, I like her. She's been happy. She's been joyful. She's been willing to share her journey. She came with a fine old chocolate Godiva bar. So I'm happy for Quad. And I really do think that this just comes from being loved the right way. And furthermore, before you can even find love, finding a love for yourself, like she made all this money from this show. She didn't have any children. She was able to stack her money, as Dr. Heavenly said, while she was with Greg. And now she's well off, has a man. She's happy. She's trying to have a baby, amongst other things. So go Quad. Andy asked Simone why Quad wasn't invited to the Whitney, whatever. When they made up last season, at the close of last season, we saw them apologize, saying they wanted to move forward, and they've done this time and time again. So I don't know what Simone's real issue is with Quad. She said it was because Quad didn't tell her about her new relationship with King. Like, girl, why would I tell you about my relationship with King when you have dogged and dragged me the whole entire last season? Whether we made up or not now. When you make up with somebody, you gonna tread lightly. I'ma feed them with a long handled spoon. You know what I'm saying? Until you get back in my good graces, until the trust is rebuilt and we can establish that relationship again. So no, Simone, why would she tell you about her relationship with King? It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. I don't like to say the jealous word. Me, I don't like to say the jealous word. So sometimes I feel a little something, but I don't quite know what it is. And that's how I feel about Simone with Quad. Because Simone just seems to keep going backwards every time. Like, why are you at the end of the season, you said y'all want to move forward. Then at the beginning of the season, you don't invite her because she's not telling you her business and you found out she had a man. It's stupid, Simone. It's really stupid. Let's move steadfast. Sweet Tea has a back and forth with Quad and ultimately says that Quad is jealous of her. Quad is jealous of Sweet Tea. Let me just add a picture of Sweet Tea so we can just let's see if we got a picture of Sweet Tea somewhere, because because I just refuse to believe that Quad would be jealous of Sweet Tea. Okay, so Sweet Tea says Quad is jealous of her. This is just enough said for me. It's truly enough said. Then a fan said, "Why would Quad be jealous of Sweet Tea when she has a man like King who bought her a Rolls Royce? A Rolls Royce. Damn, y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. That big ass car, a Rolls Royce." So T says allegedly, as if this was a stunt that King buying that car was a stunt that he got from Mama Joyce and them to come to Quad with the bullshit. Sweet Tea, shut up. Just shut up. Your man driving in his Mini Cooper, the same Mini Coupe that he had when he was with Quad. Let's just stop right there. Some things don't deserve a comment because then that does make you, in fact, look jealous, sweetheart. The girls laughed. Everybody chuckled when Sweet Tea made the comment about Quad being jealous of her with so much confidence. It's laughable. It's laughable. So let's move on. Let's move forward. They continue to talk about Quad and King having sex 15 times a day. That's what Quad and King said. She also mentions, and I think Andy asked Quad, I know that you mentioned you want to have kids with King. So where are you in that? Quad does mention that she is going through IVF with Dr. Jackie. And Dr. Jackie spoke on it a little bit. She was being coy in saying that, you know, we don't know right now, but she could or she could not be pregnant. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Quad may be pregnant. Um, and Simone responds in natural miserable girl behavior. Well, if you don't tell me when you pregnant, I'm not gonna get you a gift. Girl, who the cares? Who cares about your gift, Simone? And if they not gonna be sent in love, we don't want them any damn way. Keep that damn gift. Hell. Quad also, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but Quad was like, oh, is it time for a restroom break yet? And you know that that means, you know, you may be pregnant if someone is saying, I have to pee. They are insinuating, maybe I look too deep into it, but I'm like, oh wow. Oh wow. So she is throwing hints that she's pregnant. So I'm just gonna make an educated hypothesis, an educated guess that Miss Quad is pregnant. Now, I'm no fan of sweet tea by any means necessary, but I know that that's hurtful to her. You know, to hear that Quad may be pregnant, knowing that she's trying and hasn't been successful. And we don't know yet if Quad has been successful, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she has. But I know that hurts Sweet Tea. But at the same time, you have to look at it like this. Sweet Tea, now this is just my thoughts. You came on this show, and I know you were a fan before watching this show because you would have never hopped in that man's DM to say, I can give you what you want. That means you are aware of his struggles with trying to force his wife to have a child with him. So you premeditated hopping into that man's DM, thinking that you were just gonna come in, swoop in there and save the day, screw him crazy, and have a baby very easily. Unbeknownst to you, boom, here's this problem with I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the problem is, and I don't even want to speak on her health. But bam, there's this problem. So I know that has to be hurtful to her, thinking that she was gonna come in and give a man something that she thought Quad couldn't give him. But in fact, it's complete opposite. Quad didn't want to give him a baby. And the way that he talked to your ass, Sweet Tea, we can see why Quad didn't want to give his ass a baby. We saw it the way he talked to her. So hell, move on. Move on. But for me, just like that, by Quad saying, smiling and being joyful and talking about IVF and insinuating that she could be pregnant, she secured her white coat. Well, her white robe for next season. Um, Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I know that Jackie has like a great track record with IVF. She has a surrogacy clinic, I guess. I'm thinking something of that nature. And very good. That's very good. But is it me just wondering why Quad would go to Jackie considering her and Jackie's history? Let's be honest, Jackie don't like Quad. We have seen that time and time again, and I've seen that since season one. Um, but does her knowledge of IVF and the fact that she is an outstanding doctor, from what I heard, and her success rate with IVF, does that supersede Quad's personal feelings? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it does. I guess so. But maybe it's the cancer in me. July cancer in me. But I'm like, oh hell no. I would have never gone to her considering the treatment that she has given Quad over the past few years. Whether they've decided to move on or not, I just couldn't go to a doctor that I would feel like truly isn't happy for me. I don't think that Jackie is that keen to Quad. I don't think she likes her at all. But to each his own. If Quad felt comfortable going to her, bless it. Um, Toya, um, They move on to Toya saying that she is the accountable one for the group. She is the truth teller in the group. They proceeded to show clips of Toya saying during this past season, maybe Phaedra has a point because we do some messed up ish to one another, which is absolutely the truth. They have done some very low things to one another. Um, so Andy was being messy and proceeded to ask Toya a few questions. She first asked her who had the most work done, to their body. And she immediately said, Heavenly. I don't think there's a lie there. Heavenly has definitely done a complete 360. She has definitely come a long way. Let's pull up a quick little picture of Dr. Heavenly. Let's do her reunion look, cuz she is looking great these days. Um, my guy said she was knock-kneed in the dress. But I think Heavenly has done all the modifications that she has made has served her well. I think that they served her well. Now, the second question they asked was, who has the hardest time telling the truth? And she says, Letitia. I was shocked at that too, because she has also said on numerous occasions that Heavenly was a big liar. Yeah, but they all say that Sweet Tea is lying. They said that she lives in her reality instead of reality. So I don't know. The show hasn't done a great job at painting this picture of Sweet Tea that the girls seem to have made of her. So it forces me to think like, which is true, because we just haven't seen it. The storytelling hasn't been telling the story properly. The third question they asked Toya was, who needs a new stylist? And I think everybody would agree that that's Sweet Tea. Heavenly jumped in and said, Simone. And let's add a picture of Simone, because look, that no lies were indicated. Simone does look a mess. Simone always looks a mess. From this toilet tissue dress to the mesh, she just looks Dollar Tree-ish. She just doesn't put in any effort. She It's been 11 seasons and we haven't seen her pick up her look yet. While Sweet Tea and Dr. Simone were both the tackiest to me, it was like they had a phone call before the reunion. It was like, girl, if you go tick, I'ma go tack. Girl, if you tack it, I'ma be tacky. It's just a hot mess. So regardless of who looked the worst, I'm gonna go out on a limb to say Sweet Tea looked the worst. But if I had to say overall, I would say Simone, because she's had 11 damn seasons to get her shit straight, and she still ain't did it. So I would give Sweet Tea a little grace and just say that Simone is the damn tackiest, because Sweet Tea is young. She don't have a lot of money, even though she, got access to the money. I don't think it's a lot of it, because she still hasn't picked up. Typically, after the first season, somebody get that glow up going, but Sweet Tea hasn't made it there yet. So I don't know. T has room to grow and glow up, but unfortunately, I think that her train stops here. I don't know if they will bring her back next season. I don't think that she gave anything this season. What y'all think? Do you think she's needed back for an exciting season, or do you even want her back? I'm gonna say I don't for both of them. I don't think we need or want Sweet Tea. And I'm sorry. I wish that she could gather herself up by the bootstraps, make a friend in at least one person, not the person that's on the outs. Contessa, that's the wrong thing to do. You have to learn how to play nice nasty. You have to learn how to play nice nasty with these girls. And she is still stuck in that young mentality and not thinking about the check. Because if you look at it, girl, Sweet Tea, you may be a veteran, but you ain't making that much damn money. You getting paid hundreds and thousands of dollars for like 2 to 3 months of your life. Girl, if you don't be smart and wise up and get along for this show and that check, you are an idiot. Moving along, they touch on how Toya talks to Eugene. You know, they flash back to the clips of Toya saying he wasn't her type in school. She was complimenting King's body on numerous occasions. I'm gonna just say that's just Toya. Over the last 11 seasons, we've seen her talk about Eugene's ping ping being small, you know, cutting him off, telling him to shut up, being mad, disrespectful. But he likes it. Wait, I love it. I mean, he hasn't divorced her. Obviously, there's something in Toya that keeps him coming back. And some people like being mistreated. And I'm not even going to say that it's mistreatment. He just loves his wife. He knows who she is at core, obviously, and he accepts that. So for me, if Eugene ain't mad about it, go ahead on. Toya also casually mentioned that she has a new house, the fifth or sixth one, which is great. Everybody is not even fortunate enough to buy one house, so that's great for Toya. Um, I don't know if Sweet Tea gave a look. I don't know what was said, but Toya claps back saying, "And I damn sure ain't moved into nobody else's house." And all the girls just bust out laughing with Quad being the loudest. Sweet Tea says, "Well, I own my house too. My name on the house too." Poor T. They just tore her ass up. She just been catching strays. Mm. They just been tearing a new one in Sweet Tea ass all season long, all reunion long. And I can't even say I feel sorry for her because she be trying to play a big, it just ain't hitting. So Toya, no, Andy asked Toya if there's anything that she wants to call out now, since she's the truth teller. And that damn girl said, "Well, this seating arrangement." She said this seating arrangement, but I guess there's nowhere for the girl to go. Talking about Sweet Tea. When I say Toya don't give a damn, Toya don't give a damn. But I respect Toya because she gonna say what's on her mind. I don't know if she dingy dumb or slow, or she's just so comfortable and confident in herself that she just say what the F she wanna say. And I love it. So Toya proceeds to say how she loves on every new person that comes on the show. And Sweet Tea interjects again, saying that Toya is just looking for a moment. Toya and her exchange words, Toya calling her a fan. And Sweet Tea is yelling out insults that never stick. And Toya is just sticking it to her by calling her a child. She's young. Hush, child. You're immature. And as you know, like when somebody's saying these things to you, and I feel like in a way, Sweet Tea knows it's true. And I think that's why she's gets highly offended. Because T was fire hot. So far hot that at some point Simone gets up to come and say, "Hey, baby, look at me. I'm coming to you as a friend. Calm down." And I feel like you're a grown ass woman. Nobody should have to keep coming to you to baby you and simmer you down every time you in a word battle. Sweet Tea needs to learn how to fight with insults without saying bitch this and bitch that and trying to fight. I know the women have implied that Sweet Tea has tried to fight people and has pushed Toya, but why has the production shown that behavior? Why would they be protecting Sweet Tea? I don't understand it. So are all the women lying on Sweet Tea? That's the question that need answers. I would like to see some footage of that version of Sweet Tea that they say she is, because personally I haven't seen it. I have seen that she just says bitch this, bitch that, oh bitches, whoop de whoop, but nothing that is substantial enough to say that she's violent. Now, one thing that Sweet Tea did say was that Toya wanted her to go to war with Quad. And I guess she was saying that Toya wanted to use her to come at Quad based on their past beefs. Now, some of that I do believe. Everybody knows that Quad and Toya were at each other's throats for a few seasons, until the end of last season, where Quad truly apologized to her and Eugene for some of the disparaging things that she said about them, robbing somebody's house and calling them a small Ping Ping and calling them Eugina. So I'm assuming they entered this season on a better note. Last season on a better note. However, I do believe that Toya was still salty about that and did kind of want Sweet Tea to go at it with Quad. I think that's what everybody expected, if I'm being honest with you. Then Sweet Tea goes on to say, and girl, yes, you did, because you was saying we shared the same dingaling. But you did, Sweet Tea. You did. That was quite. You did share dingaling. So I'm not sure, you know, where she was going with that. That wasn't a read. Toya insinuates, well, no, not Toya. Quad insinuates that Sweet Tea was okay with her. No. Toya insinuates that Sweet Tea was okay with her until she and Quad kind of patched up their beef. I haven't seen that. It doesn't look that way, but it could be true. I can see that being true. I can see it being true, but I don't know enough about Sweet Tea to pass that judgment. Quad says that Sweet Tea forced the problem with her because she goes on to explain that when she came to T's bachelorette party with bearing gifts, and Quad even told her, honey, I don't have an issue with you. I support your union to my ex-husband. Let's just be cool. And I like the way that Quad came into that. You know, it's TV. Of course, she would in real life, she wouldn't have popped up to that girl's bachelorette party. But you got to understand that this is a show and it is for entertainment. So I understood why she had to pop up. And I like the manner in which she popped up. She popped up bearing gifts. She didn't pop up problematic. And I think that the show wasn't expecting it. So kudos to Quad for doing that. But let's be real, Quad. I would have kicked your ass out too. How dare you come in my damn shit and we done share a ping? Get your ass out. The end. As we near the end of the reunion, they address this Contessa and Heavenly fight, which I am dreadfully tired of. I'm tired. If this the reason why they brought Contessa back, take her back out, please. Take her back. They address Heavenly's comments toward Contessa. And just the your mama comments in general. I'm not gonna get into it because I could care less. I'm so tired of this beef. It's so damn old. It ain't even beef no damn more. They both came to the conclusion that they don't know each other like they thought. And that's that. That's the first time that I've agreed on anything that they both said together about that situation. They showed all the clips of Dr. Heavenly saying your mama to Mariah numerous times, and now to Contessa, and we know Contessa's mama is has passed and is deceased. Just like I said about Toya and the way she talks to Eugene, that's just Toya. The yo mama thing is old, it's tired, and that's just Heavenly. That's her go-to. Now, I understand somebody not wanting to go against their moral compass and the moral code of the yo mama thing. However, when somebody go low, you need to do limbo on their ass. You break your back and go back as far as you can. If Heavenly say your mama, say mama. Like, what are we talking about? Y'all acting like preschool kids. Somebody gonna say your mama, your mama, your mama. And she's gonna say my mama did all day. Well, tell her what Sweet Tea said and she gonna burn in hell. It's just like this. Don't dish what you cannot take. And that's my whole thing with them. Y'all get so bent out of shape about the yo mama comments. It's not literal. It's just a clap back. It's just old, y'all. It's really old. Contessa also touched on how, her complaining about the things about her husband actually brought them closer. And I'm happy to hear that. Keep Black families together. But Contessa, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this one final time. You did talk about your husband. You insinuated that he was cheating. You said that he would gaslight you. All of these things are on tape. I think you should really take the time to go back and watch the seasons and watch the things that you said and watch how it was edited, because if you did not say them in that way, it was edited to look that way. Him telling your kids that you were away and all of those things, it was there, Contessa. If anything Heavenly did wrong, it was her answering a question. And I really don't still feel like that was wrong. If that's your friend, though, Heavenly should have just said no comment. But one of the people on her YouTube asked her, do she think Scott is abusive? And Dr. Heavenly answered emotionally. She didn't say that Scott beat your ass, Contessa. She said that he was emotionally abusive. But that is the picture that you painted. And you need to own that. Because Heavenly has already owned that she would never try to break up your family. And I believe that about Heavenly. The bitch crazy, but she ain't that crazy. You know, I do think she's an advocate for Black families. So, Contessa, you need to look within. You and take some accountability. I know she hurt you because you thought she was your friend. But she did not try to damage your marriage. You did that on your own. Contessa mentioned rumors about, well, my husband don't have rumors about having mixed babies and infidelities, referring to Dr. Damon. Now, the first person that brought up this stuff about Dr. Damon was Mariah Hook. Do I need to bring receipts? Oh, it's gonna be my favorite line. But they asked, Andy asked any of the other cast, have they heard any of these rumors? Simone says a lady physically told her that Dr. Damon asked for her number. Do I believe Simone lying ass? Probably not. But it has been said a few times from a couple of different people on the cast. Even Toya said yes, she's heard it. Yeah, she said she's heard it. Wasn't it Lisa Nicole who said something about she heard something about Dr. Damon? But from looking at Dr. Damon over the past years, I don't believe that news would have to pop me in the face as clear as that video was of Curtis walking through that airport grabbing that little lady by the ass. It would have to come as clear as day for me to believe that Dr. Damon would do that. Not saying that he won't cheat, but I just don't see it. This man just has been portrayed with so much dignity, so much grace. I haven't seen him raise his voice. He's been so respectful. I just damn. I just wouldn't have hope for mankind if it comes out like real proof that Damon Kimes is out here having an affair on Dr. Heavenly. I don't put no past no damn bad, but that would just shock me, y'all. I love Dr. Damon. I love Damon for a very long time, but let me tell you what took me over the top. Like, I love that man. That's a good man, Savannah. It was that clip where his son was like, oh, no, Dad, I want to be just like you. And that man just started crying. Now, you know, it's a lot of deadbeat damn daddies out here, but that let me know that he said his greatest accomplishment is hearing his children say that they want to be just like him. And that lets you know that you did a damn job well, good job well done. So that was the end of the reunion, y'all. I don't like to touch base on what's to come next. I just want to get into it when the episode premieres. Let me know your thoughts. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. So fucked up. So fucked up.